Do you want to play Pokemon Go, but you live in a rural area where there's just not that much to do? Well, I'm going to tell you how you can try and fix that. Hey, what's going on everybody? Srvival Instinct here. Alright, so before we get into the actual nitty-gritty of today's episode, Srvival has done a data mine of the new, I guess the next big-ish update that is going to be coming to Pokemon Go. So we're just going to skim through this real quick. So first off, it's just like new field research objectives. Awesome. We get a new move. It's called Smackdown. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be it's a fast move. One of the Pokemon that was in the games able to get it was T-Tar. So I'm pretty sure that if T-Tar is able to get this fast move, then he's going to end up being a better rock attacker than even Golem is now. So more reason to use T-Tars. Yay! Next would be a new gift box for the community day. So it's just different the way that it looks. Next, Pokestop submission clues. 5. Seeing glitch weathers can now be reported. New mythical search filter. So, you know how you look up, you can type in shinies. Well, now you can just type in mythical and your Mew will come up. Passcode redemption tweaks. Item sprite scale tweaks. Minor tweaks to banned player code. Major telemetry performance monitoring additions. And then, yeah, so that's pretty much what we can expect for the next big update. I didn't go into very, much detail or really read it, but I guess you can go, really slow through this part and you can just read it yourself. But what I really want to focus on is the Pokestop submission clues. So we're going to try and read this real quick, or at least hit up the main points. More updates have appeared showing progress toward Pokemon Go POI or point of interest submissions. So yeah, basically that just means that they're working on us being able to finally add in new Pokestops into Pokemon Go using Pokemon Go. But as of now, still not here. They're working on it. That means it could be like a year down the road. So what I'm going to talk about is the way that we can start adding Pokemon stops in the game now, before then. And to do that, we're going to have to pick up another game. Okay, so for all the complaining that we in rural areas have done, Niantic has actually already given us a way to add new portals and gyms and different things into the game. But if you're people like me, you look at this and you go, okay, Ingress portal submission. And you pulled it up on your app store and you looked at it and went, what in the world is this? I don't understand it. So basically, I'm just going to take Ingress from what I've learned. I'm only level 4, I'm almost level 5. But what I've learned in these short couple levels of honestly just how to play the game and things that's best to do. If you want a more in-depth, I'll put this guy's link in the description. It's called Ingression. But that's where I learned a lot of stuff before I really started out. But I'm just going to basically condense everything that I think is mainly important for this game. Okay, so first off, we have two teams. We have the Enlightened and the Resistance. Enlightened is green, Resistance is blue. I don't know the real full storyline of all this. All I know is I picked green because everything else in my area is blue. So, a little tip. Okay, so when you go into the game, I'll bring it up here. If you try and do this like you do in Pokemon Go to look around, you can't. You actually have to use 2 fingers to look around. So it took me a couple days to actually figure that out. It was kind of annoying. But the point of this game is to control portals. So these green and blue things, those are portals. Those are what translates into Pokestops and gyms in Pokemon Go. So first off, what you want to do is you want to start hacking portals. Now every time you hack an enemy portal, so the opposite color faction that you are, it gives you something called AP. And most of the things in this game give you AP. Hacking, deploying your resonators, taking out enemy resonators, adding in mods, all these different things will give you AP, which is basically your experience. Now you can't do anything now unless you have I think it's called XM. Now your XM is this little, the thicker bar, green bar that goes across the top of your screen in between your player icon, and it's called OPS. Your actual experience bar is the itty bitty one that's above that. So the whole reason I'm playing this is just to get to level 10, which is when you can start adding in portal submissions. So I found what is the fastest way for me leveling up is to make these little triangles. I forget what they're called. They have a specific name, but basically you just link 3 different portals to each other and you make a bunch of little triangles. Now you can make really big ones, but when you do that, it makes it impossible to link other ones. So like you can't link across another link. So if you have a link going right here, you can't link going this way. You have to link continuously on this side or continuously on this side. So I'm gonna, as you can see, like I actually did this last night. That green triangle, that will give you experience. Every time you link just 1-to-1, that'll also give you experience. So to actually show you how to link, I'm gonna have to go and take one of these other portals away from the resistance. So let's go. Okay, so I'm on top of the enemy portal, and I just hacked it, which I shouldn't have done so that you could see that you get AP from doing it, but you can only do it, it's like Pokestops. You can only do it every so often. So, in order to attack, you just hold down the button and go to Fire XMP. Now everything you do requires XM, which to get the XM is those little blue things that you see all over the screen. You just walk around, you automatically pick them up. In those areas is where the Pokemon would spawn at Pokemon Go. But to attack, you have 2 different things. These things that look like this are your AoE attacks, so your area attacks. These ones that look more like a missile are your pinpointed attacks. So before I actually attack, I'm going to show you this real quick. Okay, you see how this guy down in the bottom left-hand corner that says L1? That means there is only 1 resonator that is equipped to this portal. Now you can't take a portal unless there are 0. There's the portals will have different levels, which I'll go into that in a minute. But so attacking. Basically what you want to do is you want to hold down, and you see how there's that thing that keeps getting smaller? Once you get to the smallest point, oh, I messed it up, you would get a plus 20% attack. So it's kind of like your excellent curveball, except you're not actually throwing anything. It's a little bit easier. See? Oh, cool, that was 19. But you do that until you take out that resonator. And the same thing works with the more pinpointed one, the missiles, I guess, but that one you need to actually be standing on top of that resonator. There we go. Okay, so as you see, it turned red real quick, so that means that, hey, you took it. So now what I would want to go in, I would go in and I would click deploy. So I only have 3 different levels of resonators real quick. The higher the level resonator, then basically just the harder it is to take out. And your resonators is what determines the level of your portal. And the way it does that is say, okay, so I'll put, you know, it takes your average level, so you can put 4 3s and 4 4s, and what it would do is it would add all those up and then divide it by 8, and that will be your average level for the portal. And the higher level portal, the longer the link that you can put out. And it always rounds down. So as you can see, I just made a level 1 a portal, and it's got a range of 571 meters. That's the distance that I can shoot out a link from. Okay, so in order to link, you have to make sure all 8 resonators are in. You can't just put 1 in link. So once you get all 8 resonators in, you'll get an option to link if you have the key to that portal, to the portal that you want to link to. And to do that, you get it just by hacking portals. They're pretty lenient on that. So you click confirm, and boom, I've set the first link over. So in order to make the triangle, I'm going to have to walk all the way back over, or not all the way back over. I'm going to have to walk to the next portal that has green, and that way I'll have to shoot it back up this way because I don't have a key from the, for that portal, but I'm pretty sure I have a key for this portal. So let's walk over there so I can, you know, start this triangle thing. Okay, so I've made it over the portal. Basically, all I want to do now is see how I already have a key for the place that I was just at. Click confirm for the link, and there you go. It makes the field, or whatever you want to call it. So by doing that, it gives you more XP. It makes it a little bit more difficult to take down and stuff. I guess the next thing we should go over would be the mods. So each mod, you can only put 2 in per thing. Putting a mod in also gives you AP, so your XP. And they've got different things. You got shields, link amp. So the link amp just means that you can makes it to where you can link out farther. Your heat sink, multi-hack. So you can only put out so many links. You can only, I think it's 8. I think you can put, yeah, 8 links can go out unless you use these things, which, and then you can make it up to, I think, like 32 or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. Because again, I'm basically only doing this so I can get to level 10 so I can make Pokestops. But, you got turrets. Yeah. So basically I'm just going to put shields because that's what I have more of. So it'll just mean that it's harder to take down. And you see I got 125 AP for each one of those that I put in. But yeah, I mean, that is pretty much the whole thing for Ingress. To level up fast, I would say you just keep doing all that. You know, making all your little triangles over and over and over. You'll gain XP that is pretty quickly because, I mean, this is literally, I think, the 3rd time that I've been out playing, and I'm already almost level 5. So once you get to level 10, that's when you can start putting in for portal suggestions, I guess. And then once you get to level 12, you can actually start, you can't see, I don't think you see your own, but you can start accepting other people's applications for portals, which that'll let Niantic know that, okay, yeah, this is a good spot, and then that will in turn become a Pokestop in Pokemon Go. So it's going to take a little time. It's not an immediate fix, but it might end up being faster than waiting on Niantic to do the same thing in Pokemon Go. I think that pretty much covered the basics. Like I said, if you want a more in-depth of knowing what exactly is going on and different things, Ingression's videos are really good. That's who I watched and figured everything out of. I'll have his link in the description below. But other than that, I hope this helped. I hope you get out there. I hope you play this, get to level 10, and start adding in Pokestops into your rural areas, which that's how we're going to make rural areas better for Pokemon Go, is by adding all these different things. Yeah, it's annoying that we have to go into a different game, but Niantic has made it possible, and at this point, it is up to us to make Pokemon Go better for our community. So with that, thank you for watching. This has been Survival Instinct. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you know when I upload a new video, and deuces.